All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello everyone, thank you so much for coming to our webinar today. My name is Amanda and I'm the head of marketing at IDEA. Today we have John from IDEA and Paul from Display5, and the topic today is corporate communications room management. Enjoy the webinar.
Yes, good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening, depends on where you are. Thank you again for coming to another great session of IDEA webinars. This is John Wang, I'm the CEO of IDEA, and I'd like to introduce to you Paul from Display5, a very important partner of IDEA in the room management segment. And the room management segment has been given IDEA a lot of traction this year, and we expect this to be a very fast-growing and important segment for you as well, going into the next few years. So we're very happy to have Paul here from Display5 to talk to us about their software, how it fulfills the needs for room management, and in a larger scope, the general corporate communications environment. I think it's going to be a great session, and today we plan to cover a few topics starting from room management, room booking focus, and expanding to more advanced capabilities of his system. The reason to have everything under one roof, controlled from one CMS, rather than having separate software for different modules of the office. And in the end, we'll talk about why you should use his software with the IDEA 1078 and how that makes a perfect combination for your room management projects. So I will pass the stage on to Paul. And Paul, welcome.
Thank you, John and Amanda. It's a pleasure to be able to join you and on this webinar today. I'm going to position the Display5 platform at a high level first, and then specifically talk about our room status and booking solution and its great fit with IDEA devices. Display5 is a digital media communications platform used by corporations to play digital media on displays. What do I mean by a digital media communications platform? Well, if I break it down into parts, first at the core is a single content management system, or CMS, which is connected to all the other parts of the system. The CMS has more than 100 widgets which are used to provide maximum flexibility and control of the type of content played and how it's played. The type of communications that Display5 is used for is to play digital media on displays of all kinds throughout a corporate network of displays. And finally, with the Display5 software, we are building a platform based on 3 foundational principles: architecture, enterprise deployment, and integration. I'll talk more about these in just a moment. Display5 focuses on the corporate marketplace, where digital media is used to play content on video walls, digital signs, and smaller displays like room status and booking panels. A web-based architecture defines a second generation of software in the digital signage marketplace because it provides much more capability than simply displaying well-designed content. It provides flexibility in a variety of different ways. I'll touch on some of those today. Our enterprise focus means that we are very familiar with integrating our platform into complex and secure IT environments, including those of banking and insurance companies. And finally, one of our goals is to make Display5 the most integrated digital display platform in the marketplace. We have already made great progress with integration into corporate video-on-demand platforms, which I'll speak more about in a moment, telephony platforms such as Cisco, Genesys, Avaya, office systems, which I'll talk more about today as the main topic is around room booking, and transportation systems and more. The Display5 platform is modular, which means that customers can choose only the modules that suit their initial use case and have the comfort of knowing they can build on the solution as their requirements grow. This capability, most importantly, means that corporate customers can invest in a single platform which can handle many of their use cases. You can use the full power of the Display5 CMS to create many different types of shows for the different use cases. I'm going to take a break from the PowerPoint here and play a few of the shows that I've got images of on this slide here. So let me just move to, this is a Chrome web browser, and you can see I'm logged into the Display5 platform. I'm going to specifically go to each one of 4 of the shows that you saw in that PowerPoint. This first one is a 3x2 video wall, and it's the canvas is you can specify the size of the canvas in Display5 to be very, very large or very, very small. It's just put in the pixel height and width. Let me just preview this show. So this is as I said, a video wall. It's meant for like a reception area. I don't know if you've seen the Salesforce.com lobby, but it has like a waterfall. So this is kind of along that same theme. It simply has a logo, the clock. You can see a ticker message just came in. The weather just popped in. Those ticker messages can be scheduled in and out as you like, but just an example here. Next, I'm going to show an example of a town hall. So town hall is when a customer will take its digital signs or displays of any kind and switch them from normal digital signage to a live broadcast of CEO or whoever. In this case, I'm going to do, and I just have to shrink the size of the show here. There we go. So this is someone speaking. This is simulated because I'm doing I don't have a live broadcast I'm tapping into it. I've got a video, but we tap into live broadcast just as you're seeing the video. You can see there's a Twitter feed on the side, a ticker at the bottom, a clock, and some other panels that have some other information. So another example of live show. The next example is just in a contact center or call center. And this is pulling live stats from a switch and putting them up here in this corner. There's some advertising messaging going on here. Again, clock here, some weather, and this can also be a messaging thing that rotates in and out if there's something, a ticker message or something else that needs to be communicated. It could also be connected to the emergency management module and display emergency messages as well. This last example is an interesting one. If you can imagine, on many corporate offices, right when they've gone to receptionist floors, in some cases, they have a paper on the wall with a phone beside it that has all the names of the people on the floor. And they have to keep that paper up to date all the time. Well, this would allow, this show here, very simple, but it allows, and again, I have to shrink the different size shows here because of the resolution. So you can see it would just be like an XDS 1078, perhaps turned on its side, and the names of the people. Those people's names are updated within a Google Sheets or CSV file and immediately reflected on here. And you can see there's a message, time, you can put whatever image in the background, etc. So just another example of the kind of shows that you can create and deploy within an organization. Okay, I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint now. So some of our customers, and I'm not going to talk in detail about any of them, but for example, Royal Bank does town halls as well as digital signage. Empire State College, digital signage, and they're integrated to Kaltura, which is one of the video on-demand platforms I'll talk about. Room booking at London Life and Calgary Public Library. Various customers deploying our platform in different ways. And the nice thing is, if they start in one area, they can build onto it as their requirements change. There are real benefits and ROI that can be realized from having a single platform which can handle multiple use cases. You can get greater control over your network of screens. It's easier to manage different systems within one infrastructure, not having to have multiple. It gives you greater flexibility for deployment of content if you have a single CMS across all those different use cases and screens. Simplified compliance and support for IT. They only have to certify one system. They only have to support one system. Again, greater simplicity and increased capability across a network of display screens. And I'll show you some of that in terms of just the room booking when we focus on that. And there's a real ROI attached to these benefits, which includes licensing costs, operational savings, again with one system instead of having to manage up to 5 different ones, deployment of more displays as there's no licensing cost per display. You can do in-room digital signage if you like. It's very simple. A single player can be multi-purpose, like the example of the town hall where it's normally doing digital signage, and you can make it switch to live broadcast as soon as that needs to happen. It's also you get an ROI in terms of ease of deploying additional modules. Once the system's installed, deploying additional module is very simple. It's just a software upgrade. And for room status and availability, there's an ROI in and of itself just in the application in terms of better utilization of meeting rooms. And customers are implementing our solutions and uncovering additional savings that are unique to their situations. I told you I'd talk about video for a second. So this slide just illustrates some of our capabilities in playing video on digital displays. Video is everywhere. You're seeing it more and more, and video communications are becoming increasingly important media communication forum. Display5 incorporates consumer video like YouTube, a wide range of video players, as you can see in the middle there, VLC, JW Player, Flow Player, Flash, HTML5, Windows Player. And it's the only platform that is integrated tightly with both Kaltura and Kumu, which are the 2 leading video on-demand platforms. When I say a video on-demand platform, it's like a corporate YouTube where the corporation has got control over all the videos, and they make it easy for their employees to create videos and then distribute them. And our tight integration allows them to pull those videos very easily by logging into their account through our system and pulling those videos into their digital signs, room booking panels. And I'll show you an example of that in a minute. And this capability enables us to easily display videos on panels such as room booking panels. Now let me move the focus to the topic of today's webinar, which is room status and instant booking. These screenshots are a couple of examples. The first is room availability with a background image and a simple reserve now button. The second screenshot is an occupied room with the specifics of the meeting, upcoming meeting, and countdown clock for the current meeting with a live branding video running in the background. I'm going to go to our web page in just a second and show you, because I have, actually let me just do it right now. So I'm pulling the browser in here. Our website is right here. If you go to solutions and you click on room status and display, it will take you to this page, which if you scroll down to here, and if I now click on this, and I have to just expand it, oops. So you will see that there's the room booking panel that I showed a moment ago, and it's playing that live video in the background. And it's got today's date and time, etc. So you can see it's all live. Now here's the same video here. The only difference on this one is I've added weather down at the bottom, and I just did that to show that you can use the full CMS to do anything on these room booking panels. If you want a ticker message, weather, Twitter feed, anything you want, you can use the full capability of the CMS to bring that content into these room panels. Okay, I'll come back to that in a moment. So I showed you the weather there. I just wanted to make a point that because our solution is browser-based, some customers want to be able to display the room status on much larger displays, which is easy to do with our CMS and our room booking widgets. You can have that same panel on a small XDS 1078 from iIdea, or you can use one of their players to display it on a very large panel or on a video wall or on a segment of it. So full flexibility in terms of using and deploying these widgets within the content or context of any size screen. On this slide, we see the same room booking information displayed in completely different ways. The first screen is a regular digital sign in a 16:9 aspect ratio. It has a video playing in the main panel, a banner ticker at the bottom with a clock and 3-day weather forecast, and in the top right, a panel that displays the current day schedule for an auditorium where the digital sign has been placed. I'm going to go back to the website now, and I will, oops, sorry, I grabbed the wrong one. I went to the, so back to that web page on our website, scroll down a bit further, and I will click on this show, which is, I have to shrink this one. So you can see there it is live. You can see it's got the information at the bottom there or in the top right on the auditorium. So imagine this is outside an auditorium and it's playing. And you can see the video. This will turn into at the bottom where it says welcome, that will turn into a ticker message in just a moment to show you that you can schedule a ticker anytime. There is the clock, the weather. You have full flexibility to change and make things exactly the way you want. Imagine the second screenshot I'm going to show here is positioned, that's this one here, is positioned in an office floor elevator lobby. The show has down here you can see it's got a layout for the floor plan, and we've simplified this one, but and what it shows is you get off the elevator lobby and you can instantly see which rooms on the floor are available. And it's using the same widgets in the CMS to create this, a completely different type of format. So again, if I click on it, and I'm going to have to shrink this one as well, you can see it's live. Oh, I'll try to go a bit bigger here. Anyway, I'll scroll up a bit. It's live here. You can see all 3 rooms are booked. There's a ticker at the bottom. It's putting some, rotating some background images in and out. Some weather up here, clock again, live 10/18, October 26th. And up here, it's this one's pulling call center information. So just another example of completely using, in a completely different manner, using those the platform and the room information to communicate in different ways. Okay, Display5 has 3 sets of room widgets, one for each of Microsoft Exchange, Microsoft Office 365, and Google Calendar. There are multiple widgets within each of the 3 categories, including current room occupancy, upcoming meetings, timelines, booking buttons, and more. We continue to add more widgets to make it easier for our customers to create layouts that they want and to enable our customers' creativity. We don't have time today to talk about Display5's emergency management module, but when this module is added onto the platform, even your room booking panels can become part of your instant emergency messaging communication, switching on command to emergency messaging. So within an instant, once you switch, you can make those panels display a completely different show that was developed specifically for emergencies, and it helps in, again, showing it's part of an overall platform that does a lot more than just digital signage and room booking. Finally, although our solution will work with pretty much any type of tablet. We've seen greater satisfaction and a lower total cost of ownership with commercial units. The XDS 1078 is at the top of our list because it significantly enhances control over your network of panels. It provides a more ruggedized operating environment. The XDS 1078s are more reliable, offer enhanced security, and they have more robust hardware features. They're easier to install than putting something like Android tablets or iPads in. They're customizable in ways that those commercial tablets are not, and they do not constitute a fire hazard the way consumer tablets have been found to be, because those consumer tablets are not meant to be plugged in 24/7. I know some Pro AV companies will not install iPads anymore because of exactly that. So we're very pleased to be partnering with IADEA, and we see a lot of potential for, as John mentioned, for our combined solution. And now I'm going to pass the ball back over to John.
Thank you, Paul, for a great presentation. And exactly as Paul described, we're getting so many customers switching over from their previous installation using iPads or cheaper, low cost like Android, consumer grade Android tablets. Really, the XDS 1078, as Paul described, is designed just for this specific application, and we have all the features that's required to do a good job for room booking. But maybe some of you on this call is new to IDEA, and would like to welcome you not only to Paul, to Display5, but also IDEA. I will give you a little brief background. So we are a provider of a digital signage playback platform consisting of media players and smart signboards. We've been in operation since year 2000, and to this day there's over 20,000 of our devices installed worldwide, live connected to our systems. So this makes us one of the top 3 vendors, and we're pretty much in all kinds of projects, large and small. And you probably you'll find more information about these projects on our website. Paul, next one, please. Next page, please. Yeah. So what Paul mentioned, and I think the specialty about IDEA is that we provide not only media players, the boxes that you see on the left-hand side, but we also provide all-in-one device. And in this specific case, it's tailored to the requirements of room booking. This device also finds its applications in the retail space, at the reception desktop. So it's a very flexible, versatile device. I won't go into all the details, but as Paul described, his content runs in HTML5. And I think the beauty of that is you can run that from your desk, from your laptop, when you go to a customer to show a demo, to show the concept like Paul has just done. You can go walk through all the features and pull out each widget to illustrate your point. And it'll also work in any one of our devices, large and small. You could start from the 10-inch unit. You could put it in a 21-inch through one of our media players outside of a larger ballroom. Or you could have it on a very large 80-inch display for wayfinding inside your corporate space. So we do provide a wide variety of choices for hardware. Paul, next one, please. And IDEA devices are non-PC. They're designed to be ruggedized. They are based on the Android operating system, but we've improved both the hardware and software significantly. So it's really a dedicated device for the application. So we are better than the regular typical media playback device in 3 main areas: reliability, security, and feature. I think you go into every one of these points, you're going to see why we're a better choice than another hardware that you can find in the market. Paul, next, please. Like Paul, we have worked with a large number of well-known clients around the globe. And a lot of times you might not see idea names with one of these projects because we also work behind the scene for many of our OEM customers that I list on the right-hand side. So chances are if you buy a media player from one of these vendors on the right-hand side or integrated display, you're very likely to find idea technology inside, which also means you can run Paul's software inside one of these devices. So do reach out to us and to Paul to confirm if a device that you're interested in will run Paul's software. Next, please. Okay, I would like to conclude our presentation with a few words from our friends. Paul, I think maybe I can, yeah, can you advance, please? All right. Oh, sorry, I think the previous one. Yeah, at least I walked through those three. The three, you can open them all. Yeah. Yes. So we have the pleasure to work with many partners around the globe. Intel, who supplies the x86 chips, actually uses our version of Android because of the robustness that we put into the platform. And Jose, who's head of digital signage at Intel, recommended us our Android solution to their customers as well. Cotton, the largest clothing retailers in Turkey, GameStop, actually the largest video game chain in the world. They all use IDEA devices and found us to be extremely reliable. Next page, please. And here are other partners that we have around the globe in Latin America, in Asia. I think overall, if you visit our website, you will find more evidence on why IDEA is your platform of choice when you come to choosing a hardware. Next one, please. So I think this is the end of our presentation today, webinar, but I think it's the start of our conversation. I really urge you to reach out to Paul or myself. I think you could hear from Paul's presentation his depth of knowledge in the corporate space, which I have to be honest, I told Paul before in one of our previous conversations that I just started to appreciate the depth and the variety of requirements that the corporate space requires. And I think Paul has been a pioneer in this space for many, many years. And I believe all of us can learn a lot from Paul, from his presentation and from talking to him in person. So Paul, I want to thank you again for this great partnership. I definitely look forward to working with you going forward.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, so at this moment, from the attendees, I see quite a few of our old friends. If you have any question, you can use the panel right now to raise your hand electronically. If not, you have our emails shown on the screen. And as I said, I think this corporate space bears so much opportunity for all of us. And Paul, I think, is the pioneer that can lead us, that navigate the way through this to this market. Sean, I think did you raise your hand? Okay, let me unmute you. Yes, Sean, welcome? Would you like to speak? We can hear you now. Well, yeah, I see Sean's hand, but I cannot hear him. Let's see.
Maybe you can type his question.
Yeah, you could feel free to type in the chat window. Or okay, yeah, Sean, did you unmute yourself again? Yeah, there might be technical. Yes, go ahead.
It's not open.
Sean, you have to be a bit louder.
Okay, it's not open.
We can hear you.
Yeah, we are able to hear you, but you're very low. So if you could be louder, that would be great. Okay, I believe Sean is typing the question.
That'll work. All right. All right. Sean says he'll just follow up later. Something's wrong with the equipment. I think sometimes it happens.
Thank you.
Okay. No problem. Feel free to send us emails.
Is
If
anyone
there's
else
no
on the
further,
panel? Is anyone else in the audience would like to ask a question?
all right. If not, then I'll thank Paul again, and we'll wrap up this session. And feel free to review the presentation, the webinar, and follow up with us. Thank you so much. Goodbye.